Hello, Captains. I am your host, Brent Justice. Welcome to my channel, Just Gaming for Us, and we are in Star Trek Online. I am continuing my playthrough of my Omega character. This is a Reman on the Romulan faction aligned with the KDF. We are in the Gamma Quadrant storylines right now. Go to Gamma Quadrant here, and the last mission we did was called The Search. In The Search, well, we found out a lot of things, actually. Odo was keeping secrets. He actually attracted the Herc to Bajor so that the Alliance would join the Dominion, because it was going poor for the Dominion. Yet, at the same time, the other founder, she also has some kind of something going on that Odo isn't aware of, because she was at Reman with a fleet, actually firing on the Krenim, which are the Dominion's allies. So what's going on there? Why that? Some kind of mystery. Why are the Herc interested in that base? There was something on that base they were interested in as well. So some interesting things here. We had Garrick as our guide. That was a lot of fun. And then Quark showed up. So a lot of good DS9 characters in that mission. Now it is time for the next mission, called Doomed to Repeat. Odo leads the search for more information on the Herc at an ancient Dominion research station in the Masson system.
Odo's found something intriguing in the Masson system. Something the Founders want no one to know about, even one of their own. That certainly piques my curiosity. I'll meet you in the Masson system. Odo wants to travel incognito this time. I trust you'll be able to deliver him and that surly Jem'Hadar bodyguard of his to the Masson system intact. One more thing. I've taken the liberty of informing Captain Kira, and she'll be joining us as well. After the Karema incident, she's taken a personal interest in high-level Dominion activity, particularly where Ambassador Odo is involved.
And we're going to get a Fakiri Chaos Blaze, a universal kit module. We'll look at that. I don't think I've ever used that before, so I may pick that up this time and start using it.
Be seeing you.
Okay, so we need to go to the Masson system, so let's just see, where are we actually? It's actually pretty far away, so let's just go ahead and transwarp there. By the way, I still have not made those changes I was talking about to this ship. It's still firing cannons and still my same build. Haven't had time yet to actually spend time to upgrade it because obviously getting new beams or whatever is going to cost a lot of resources. Then I have to upgrade them. So actually, for right now, I'm not going to make any changes. But maybe we'll see if over the weekend I spend a little time in the game. Maybe I can do some changes. But anyway. Let's begin Doomed to Repeat. I think this one's mostly ground anyway, if I recall correctly. So I think we're okay. Might be some space battle, but mostly ground on this one. And now we just wait. Load times are a little slow right now. They just had a big patch update Thursday, so sometimes the servers are slow after that and have to wait for things to load.
I only recently learned of the station here. It's very old and very well concealed, even from Vorta and Jem'Hadar. From what I can tell, the Founders studied alien life here, including the Herc. We may be able to recover useful tactical data on them from the station's computers.
Were you expecting those Dominion ships out there?
No, and that concerns me. This is supposed to be an abandoned facility. Take us into comms range and open a hailing frequency. Let me do the talking. I should be able to make any Vorta or Jem'Hadar fall into line if things get difficult.
I don't know.
So far, so good. They're not targeting us.
I don't know. Okay, so an old ancient base, already intriguing, and it's in an asteroid.
Entering the Dominion systems without authorization has become a bad habit of yours, one I have grown weary of. You've shown a singular talent for annihilating the Herc. I suggest you return to that, before my patience with your insolence expires.
Which is a little strange. Aren't the, changelings all supposed to be the same and equal? She sure doesn't treat Odo equal, does she? Noted. The ambassador has something to add.
There's no need for this posturing, Founder. We're here on official business under my authority.
Odo, it seems to be a day for defiance and bad habits. You do not have the authority to grant access to this system. It is restricted to all but those of the highest level, a level you do not possess. Now then, I suggest you leave immediately.
See, I didn't think that the changelings had levels or a hierarchy. They just were all the same, so a little weird. We're not going anywhere, Founder.
Fire to disable. Odo must not be harmed.
Well, I guess we are going to do a little battle. She's firing on a fellow Founder. That is not a good thing.
Shields failing.
Dominion forces, this is Counselor Garrick aboard the Tane. Cease hostilities.
Ooh,
Consider that your first and only warning.
the Cardassians are coming
We
in.
must protect the Founder! All ships, disengage!
Well, there you go. The Cardassians actually saved us.
You certainly know how to make my days more interesting. An ancient Dominion research facility, guarded by the leader of the Founders? A cloaked fleet pales in comparison, but it's the best I can add to the mix.
And, that, by the way, the Cardassians are cloaking now. What the hey? Glad you could make it, Garrick.
I wouldn't have missed it for the world. The fact that the Founder was willing to fire on one of her own speaks volumes on this station's worth. I look forward to discovering its secrets.
So where did the Cardassians get cloaking technology?
Since when does the Founder stand guard duty, Odo?
She doesn't. Let's find out what she's hiding.
We don't have a lot of time. We may have held off the Founder for now, but she'll be back, and she'll bring friends. Let's get down there and find what we came here for, before every Jem'Hadar in the Quadrant shows up.
I couldn't agree more, Captain. Why don't you and the Ambassador join the away team while I remain on guard with my fleet?
Thought you wanted to find some secrets.
On any other day, I'd be the first to beam down. However, after the Karema incident, I believe both the Captain and the Ambassador need to discover the truth of this station together. Call it a trust-building exercise.
That's diplomatic of you, Garrick. I was just looking at his mannerisms and his movements that they give him. Very Garrick-like.
Captain Kira makes a good point. Let's get this over with before it gets even more complicated than it already is.
Looks like the station's running on auxiliary power. We've got life support, basic lighting, not much else. If we're gonna get anything useful out of this relic, we'll need to get the main power back online.
Stay vigilant. We have no idea what to expect here.
Turn on main power. Main screen turn on. Big open area.
Well done. Main power is back online. We'll be able to access other systems, including the data core. Let's find an access console and see what's in there. Hopefully the data files aren't corrupted beyond repair.
Activate data servers. So literally this facility is inside the asteroid. Well, here's something.
This terminal is in poor shape. None of the files are accessible. Considering their age, I'm not terribly surprised. The Founders wouldn't keep a place like this hidden to protect dust and broken files. Let's check all the data terminals and consoles in the area. That one over there looks reasonably intact.
Okay. Well, a couple of them are intact, actually.
Research Report 4121.63, Dominion Reckoning. My fellow Founders, the Masson Research Station is fully operational. As we continue to add worlds to our sphere of influence, our studies of xenobiology become more important. We must know all we can of both friend and foe. We need every advantage we can find if we are to achieve true dominion. Our premier project is underway. You'll recall the recently discovered race of tree dwellers, hunted as we once were. Genetic engineering of these solids has produced considerable results. Their intelligence has increased by a factor of 3 so far. We predict the species will be the first of many loyal servitors and vassals.
She's talking about the Vorta. The date she gave was nearly 2,000 years ago, not long after the Dominion was founded. This facility's older than we thought. Much older.
Okay. Tree dwellers were the Vorta.
Research Report 4653.15, Dominion Reckoning. Our scouts have discovered an interesting species of solids at the edge of the Dominion. They are a species of sentient insectoids that live primarily underground. We may not have detected them were it not for a thorough geological scan. Initial studies have revealed that these solids are based on germanium. I've attached bioscan data we collected on them for your review. I've dispatched a research unit to study these burrowers further. They may be just what we need for the military initiative.
Burrowing sentient insectoids. Germanium-based. She must be talking about the Herc. Judging by the date, the Founders made first contact with the Herc nearly 2,000 years ago.
Wow, let's see if we can find more data. So we're learning some history and background here. This is pretty cool.
Research Report, Dominion Date 7021.27. More data has arrived on the cadre species 484 designation, burrows. Their world's unusual orbital path has taken it out of the habitable zone. As a result, the burrowers have retreated underground and entered a state of hibernation. While dormant, a smaller servitor race tends to the burrows. They also maintain their shared habitat and technology. I've instructed the field team to take advantage of their dormancy period, and they are now conducting aggressive studies of these intriguing solids. My team initiated first contact protocols with the borrowers prior to their mass dormancy. They found them to be friendly and intelligent, if not willful. We've identified a common element in their food supply. Manipulation of this element may prove useful in subjugating them.
Intelligent, friendly.
Unbelievable. It sounds like the Founders made first contact with the Herc in order to find a way to conquer them. It's like Quark says, the bigger the smile, the sharper the knife.
They want to subjugate them, huh?
Research Report 7903.01, Dominion Reckoning. Cadre Species 468, designation Jem'Hadar, is a massive success. They will be the strong arm of our Dominion, guided by our cunning, brilliant Vorta. The toil of these vassals will allow us to spend more time in the link with those we hold most dear.
The birth of the Jem'Hadar, as seen through a Founder's eyes. Interesting. No mention of the Herc, however. Their designation number was lower than ours. They were our predecessors. Perhaps something went wrong? Something that led the Founders to reject and abandon them for a different species. Us.
Right, let's find out. Nothing more up here. Looks like there is in here. Lots of consoles in here.
Research report Dominion date 8183.67. The burrowers have emerged once again, and in a hostile state. They have taken to the stars, moving from sector to sector, attacking anyone that crosses their path. Their goal is not one of conquest, but of consumption. They leave nothing but dead worlds in their wake. Though we do not understand their newfound savagery, we have found a use for it. When the burrowers set their sights on a world, we offer the inhabitants a choice. Those that submit to our Dominion rule are defended by the Jem'Hadar. Those that don't serve as an object lesson to others.
Wow.
So, the Founders have been using the Herc to manipulate others for some time now. Bend the knee to the Dominion, or we'll stand back and let them ravage your world. Only now something's different. Something's changed. They can't keep the Herc in line with the Jem'Hadar anymore. And we're all paying the price.
Yep. Okay, let's see what else we got.
Research report 8532.38. Our scouts have returned from a wormhole expedition. The solid races on the other side are primitive and unremarkable, save for one. They are called Klingons, and show a singular talent for violence, one that rivals our own Jem'Hadar. Left unchecked, these savage creatures could become dangerous enemies. While the Klingons are too willful to subjugate, their genetic material could produce viable cohorts to the Jem'Hadar, or their replacements. We have begun development of a new cadre species, designation Thakiri, using demons from Klingon folklore for inspiration. As with Jem'Hadar, we have bound them to our service with the White. We will test them in combat on the Klingons themselves.
So that's where the Fakiri come from, then.
Research report supplemental entry 8671.71 Dominion Reckoning. Somehow the Fakari have broken the hold of the White and turned on their rightful masters. Most of our research team were killed. Intelligence reports suggest a union between the Fakari and a Klingon warlord known as Mullah. Perhaps this will lead to a state of mutually assured destruction on Kronos. One can only hope.
Wow, the Founders made the Fakiri.
So it would seem. Only they lost control of them, despite the use of Ketracel White. Based on what we know about Fakiri, it seems the price they paid for their freedom was insanity. They became the monsters they were based on.
Wow, unfortunately for all concerned. It is very interesting.
Research report 9076.23. Final entry. I am weary. Soon I'll return to the Great Link, and I will be glad to be rid of this place. The borrowers have emerged again. We can barely control them this time. The Jem'Hadar were able to divert their onslaught at great cost. Rather than counterattack, they went through the wormhole to seek easier prey. Our agents in the other quadrants report that the burrow assault was a sweeping one, going as far as Kronos. Hopefully they'll devour every atom of that wretched planet. The burrowers will eventually return to dormancy. Strangely, it appears that some of their forces intend on remaining in the other quadrants. It seems they have a long-term goal: galactic devastation.
They steered the Herc into other quadrants.
Yes, they knew the Herc problem was getting worse even then. Instead of preparing or seeking allies, they expanded the Dominion. And when the Herc re-emerged, they tried to deal with it on their own, and failed. Their arrogance may lead to the end of the Dominion. We need to get this data to the Alliance, all of it, even the damaged and corrupted files. There has to be information we can use in here.
I'm picking up something on my tricorder. There was a massive power spike on a lower deck, and now I'm reading a large number of systems cycling up. Something's happening down there.
Agreed. Take your team and Captain Kira down to investigate. I'll remain here and pull as much of the data as possible. We won't get another chance at this.
Okay. So the Founders really have something against the Klingons. They see them as a potential threat. Like real bad. Pretty crazy. So they made the Fakiri to take them out, and that kind of failed. And then they kind of messed up the Herc. Man, I mean, it's really crazy. Talk with Kira.
We must be close to the core. Hope we don't have to leave in a hurry. There's no way our ships can lock onto us down here with transporters. Tell me about it. Let's stay focused on the mission. Now that we're closer to the signal, I'm getting better readings on my tricorder. I'm no doctor, but I'm pretty sure everything that came online down here has some sort of medical purpose.
Is there something else on your mind?
I'm still uncertain about Odo. I need to be sure he's still not a part of all this.
What are your concerns?
The Odo I knew wouldn't have risked Bajor like that.
I agree.
This Odo seems arrogant and reckless, even dangerous.
We'll keep an eye on him. What do we got? Ooh, Fakiri. Those are definitely Fakiri. Well, there you go.
Well, that answers one question. These are medical stasis pods. Judging by what we heard upstairs, the occupants are...
Fakiri.
It gets worse. I'm picking up life signs ahead. I'll bet some of the stasis pods down here have opened. The Dominion made the Fakiri to kill Klingons. I'm not expecting a warm welcome.
Okay.
Worf and Martok need to see this.
Yes, they do.
I'm picking up traces of Ketracel white in these tanks. The Dominion probably manufactured it here to keep the Fakiri in line, and took it with them when they left the facility. So, we have a station full of angry Fakiri with no way to pacify them. We've got company, and they don't look friendly.
They're like hiding? Yes, they are. My bridge officers, I think, are fighting them on the other side, but I can't go in yet. I hate it when stuff like that happens in the game. Now it's open.
Well, we're lucky there were only a few of them. I don't want to be around if all of these Fakiri wake up. Let's see if we can find some way to keep the rest of these pods from opening. By the prophets.
Well, that's a lot of them.
Enemy combatants in close proximity.
More incoming. We need an exit plan. Fast.
Odo Takira, we're on our way to assist you.
They're not really that difficult, but
I'll manage.
This big
Let's
guy
get out of
is-
here while we can.
I can't get out of here. This guy.
Victory is
attacking me.
life.
So is Rocky Gino, but I don't say it every 5 seconds.
Personal shield losing power.
I'm not leaving until I take out the chieftain. Well, I did defeat him. I got him. Speak with Odo. Where is Odo? He's right beside me.
I think we've worn out our welcome. Garrick informs me that a number of unidentified vessels are emerging from hidden bays throughout the station. To make matters worse, the Herc have arrived. They're beginning to assault the station as we speak.
Oh boy.
And I don't need to tell you how that will end. It's time to leave.
Well, let's head back up. Return to the turbo lift.
Looks like the Herc followed us down here.
Uh-oh. How did they get down here, though? I guess they landed and
Wonder
showed
what
up.
they want in here.
Enemy targets on sensor. Enemy combatants in close proximity.
Keep moving. We're almost there.
Behind you.
Odo, look out!
Hold your fire. I think it's trying to communicate.
You might be right. Listen.
And I don't think he's going to get a chance to communicate now.
Are you insane?
Oh, everybody's freaking out. Okay, here we go. Talk to Wayun.
I'm relieved to see you well. It's fortunate we arrived when we did. A moment later, and that creature would have attacked the Founder.
The situation was under control.
Odo wasn't in any danger, Wayun. That Herc was peaceful. It was trying to communicate with us.
That's your opinion. Mine is that a Founder was in danger of being attacked by a member of an aggressive species. My duty was clear, as is my conscience. We're wasting time here, Captain. The station is on the verge of being overrun by the Herc. If you want to communicate with them some more, you're free to do so, but I recommend we leave immediately.
So something happened when that Herc came into contact with the Catcher Cell White. Oh, it's just a little closet.
Wait, that's a Herc lure.
Where? In
What?
here?
Why would the Dominion put one of those here?
Oh,
Maybe
yeah.
Weyoun is tying up loose ends for the Founder.
And risk the life of another Founder? Ridiculous!
I think the Founder's capable of anything, even killing one of her own.
I'd agree. Well, this is fun. The Herc and the Fakiri are fighting each other.
Once we return to the upper levels, we will be able to beam up and leave this place. Are you ready to return?
That would be good. Well, oh, we
Glad
got
you could join
lots
us.
of Herc up
As you
here.
can see, the situation here has become rather combustible. The Herc I recognize, of course, but our other opponents remain a mystery. Some new type of Dominion attack craft, perhaps?
Not new. Oh, they're the Fakiri.
Fakiri? As in the demonic beasts of Klingon folklore? I'm intrigued. It's not every day one encounters mythic creatures.
Well, those mythic creatures can fight, so...
I remember Mr. Worf mentioning the Fakiri
Ship
once.
is under attack.
I'm beginning to see why they concerned him.
Target's shields have failed.
These Fakiri ships are tough for ancient relics.
Target's shields have failed.
Yeah, the Dreadnoughts are pretty tough. Maybe I won't go after the Dreadnoughts immediately. Go after the smaller ships first.
Target's shields have failed. Hull integrity below 75%. Target's shields have failed. 4 shields failing. Right shield's failing. Rear shield's failing. Left shield's failing. Hull integrity below 50%. Hull integrity below 25%. Rear shields failing.
There's just so many ships, I don't know who to target where.
Left shield's failing.
Well, I'm dead. We got the Herc and the Fakiri we're fighting. Pretty tough. And remember, I'm on advanced difficulty. I'm not playing normal, I'm playing advanced. So things are even tougher with that layer on it.
Warning, ship is under attack. Target's shields have failed. Four shields failing.
We got that right.
Reading a massive Herc fleet dropping out of warp.
Holy crap.
Just as the Fakiri are warping out.
So now
Looks
I have
like
more
the
Herc
Fakiri
work.
are pursuing the better part of Valor. Can't say I blame them. There's a lot of Herc out there.
The Herc seem to be distracted. There's something about the station that's holding their attention. We might be able to take advantage of this.
Are you suggesting we attack? While it's true we have the advantage, for now, I don't think we'll hold it for long once we start blowing them apart. We have what we came for. If the Herc want to gnaw on an asteroid while we make a hasty exit, I believe we should let them enjoy their meal in peace.
Very well, we'll deal with the Herc later. For now, let's get back so we can analyze the research data we found here. Whenever you're ready.
So we're just gonna leave them. So I guess that's over. Alright, let's turn that in.
The Founders never disappoint, do they? I wish I had chosen to join you on the station, but I'm sure it's for the best that I was available to cover your escape. I'll admit, I was a bit worried when I couldn't reach you on comms. I'm glad to see you're all right. I will help Odo repair the corrupted files as best as I can. Hopefully we can discover our next lead. I'll be in touch once we have more information.
Okay, so we're gonna get Catch Yourself Wide, of course. Let's take this Fakiri Chaos Blaze. Now we know why we're getting a Fakiri weapon here. Ah, crap. You know what I didn't do again? That's right. I didn't clean out my inventory again. Bad me. Okay, what can we do? What can we do? What can I get rid of is the question. Go ahead and spin my thing there. Anything I can get. I'm not gonna need Catch Yourself White. I'm not using it. Okay, and we're full again. So here is the Universal Kit Module Fakiri Chaos Blaze. A fire and AoE damage and confusion. Generates a patch of fire at the target's location for 10 seconds. It does fire damage and 50% shield penetration. Foes caught in blasts are also confused. So there's a science ability that's kind of like this, where it's called like an exothermic induction or whatever, and you set the ground underneath your enemy on fire. I've always liked that offensive ability on science powers. I wonder if this is kind of similar to that or not. So I want to try it and just see. Because I don't think I've ever used it before. So let's go ahead and try it. Let's take away the... let's switch these out real quick here. There we go. And what I'll do is try it in the next mission and see if I like it or not. Maybe it will help with the swarms of Herc. Maybe that's just the thing for the swarms of Herc. Maybe that's why they gave it to us. So I'm looking forward to trying it. So I'll give it a shot. So Fakiri Chaos Blaze. I'll use it in the next mission. But anyway, we turned that in. This mission is complete now. Gamma Quadrant. Doomed to repeat. What a very interesting mission. I like it a lot. There's a lot of mystery here. An old abandoned Dominion station. You get to learn the history of that. Then this whole storyline about how the Dominion brought the Dominion together, basically. How they conscripted the beings, the Vorta, brought their intelligence up through genetic manipulation and made them the Horda and to worship them. And then the Jem'Hadar, basically the same thing. They conditioned them and you know, made them dependent on Ketracel White so that they could you know, subjugate them. And they wanted to do the same with the Hurk, and something went wrong with the Hurk, but they made it successful with the Jem'Hadar. So the Hurk are just now crazed and out there taking everybody out because of the Dominions messing around with them. They used to be friendly. They used to be very friendly. It's the Dominion's fault, because the Dominion wanted these races to work for them as servitors, and that is what they did. And then they wanted to build this, quote, Dominion to expand their power base, their reach. And they were very, very concerned about the Klingons rising up against them. They could be a great enemy. They were scared of the Klingons. So what do? They learn their culture, their mythology, and then they create these things called Fakiri that are based on the mythology of those demons from the Klingons. And that's why they look the way they do. And then so they use these Fakiri to attack the Klingons to wipe them out. It fails, it doesn't work, but now the Fakiri are out there as well. So the Dominion really had their hands in a lot of stuff that's going on here. So that's all interesting to learn from that station. And of course, none of this was in Deep Space Nine. None of this was in the TV series. None of this is canon as far as the TV series goes. But think of it as like it could be. This is Cryptic putting their best foot forward, and it shows that when they do that, they do have the capability to write some very compelling storylines and very compelling stories here. Because this is something that could have been in the TV series. I could see stuff like this being done in the TV series, these revelations being made about the Dominion. This could have been real. I mean, this is good storyline material right here, and they have put together a very, very good story. The Gamma Quadrant, there are several of these things, missions, where it just shows, you know, Cryptic can put together unique content away from Discovery content, away from that. They can put together their own unique content that stands apart from the TV shows, but at the same time honors them with the same kind of knowledge and information. And this shows they can do it. And that's why I hope they get back to doing it. I hope we drop this Jula stuff, we drop the Discovery stuff, get back into good missions like this. You know, good storylines like this stuff. Because this Gamma Quadrant stuff is pretty compelling. It's very good. Anyway, I'm rambling now, so I will get off. If you like what you see here, consider subscribing to my channel and give this video a like if you like it. Thank you for watching, and stay tuned for the next one. Check out Twitter at Brent_Justice for updates. You can follow me there. Also, check out my Patreon page, patreon.com/Brent Justice. This helps support the channel and also allows me to publish more and more videos.